Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess. You're going to have a very sort of thrown together video this morning. So I'm in Toronto on the Sunshine Coast. I came on a sort of break. I wasn't really sort of looking for a holiday in so much as just getting away from home for a while to sort of, you know, keep myself healthy. So we're going to do a reading with the Celestial Tarot, but let me just give you a little bit of an update about my journey. So I went to Goulburn. I was in Goulburn for 2 days. We did a day of the fair. I headed out of Goulburn, had a great stay, other than the fact my hotel room was very, very noisy, so I didn't get a lot of sleep. Headed out to Canowindra, caught up with a friend, and then headed from there after lunch, got a flat tyre outside of Goondiwindi. And the people there were fabulous. They had my tyre fixed and had me back on the road. The RACQ were brilliant. The guy was amazing. Thanks, Matt, if you ever watched this video. At the moment the RACQ came, I had this lovely man who stopped to give me a hand, and I said to him, he was absolutely delightful, and I said to him, I've got the RACQ coming. So rescued by 2 people, which was awesome. I headed out again, got to Queensland, so we've totaled 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 17, nearly 18 hours driving. Got here and they mixed up my room. So I had to wait for a little while they sorted me out another room. I finally settled, set myself all up this morning. The Wi-Fi is not great, so we're going to have to see. So I'm going to do very impromptu readings for the next couple of days until I work out how to do this really well. But I know there's a couple of beautiful people who've missed my readings. So Sam, I'm incredibly impressed with your loyalty to me. I just want to say I love you so much. You are just beautiful. And thank you for your support. So I'm going to do a reading with the Celestial Tarot, but it will be very different because I can't show you the cards at this point in time. But I will get this set up differently tomorrow. That's my intention. Alright, so let's start. We have the Prince of Pentacles coming through. The Prince of Pentacles is a card of action. It's action in regards to money, finances, work, very practical things. It can be something like taking action on maybe getting something fixed around the home, new home, moving house. The Prince of Pentacles is very, very practical, but it is an action card, but it's also a very slow moving card. So you may have things around you at the moment that are very, very slow moving, practical things. Maybe you're waiting for a house to settle, maybe you're waiting to receive money in, but something here is happening, but it's going very slowly. All right, so let's get into this reading. So different because you've even got a different view of the cards there too. Alright, so we have the Ten of Swords coming out. Now the Ten of Swords is the card of, I've been feeling this a lot the last few days. This is the card of some sort of ending coming through. The swords always talk about communication. They talk about I was going to say communication, so you see me a lot differently now. I'm looking, thinking, I don't really watch my face think. The Ten of Swords is a card that talks about an ending, and it's somewhat negative, and I don't want to sort of say that it's a negative card because it isn't. It does denote that something is coming to an end. For me, the swords talk of communication. They talk of everything that we speak in regards to the way we address things, the way we see things. It's very much about communication. But when the Ten of Swords comes around, it's often this energy of some sort of negative energy finishing out. So it can be sometimes a betrayal, because if somebody's done or said something that's created an ending, it can feel like a betrayal. For me, it's the end of some sort of cycle of either negative thinking or negative doing, negative being. So it's something that you're starting to understand that you've been doing, that you are now coming to a conclusion, or you are changing somewhat to adapt to this energy. All right, let me just have a look at the next card. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords here. So for some of you, this feels like some sort of letdown here that's created. You may have called quits on a relationship here. You may have called something to an ending because it's not really been serving you in the way that it needs to serve you. The Seven of Swords is a card. It can be self-sabotage. So maybe for some of you, this is the end of a cycle of self-sabotaging, end of a cycle of denying something to yourself. Let me just pull another card here. Okay, and then we have the Five of Swords. Wow, and I gave these cards a really good shuffle too. The Five of Swords is something you're walking away from. Okay, so what I feel here, you're walking away from something here that's created some sort of energy of disappointment here. Something that perhaps hasn't always brought you something positive. Perhaps you've been dealing with somebody here who's become now too much for you to bear. Perhaps a situation has become too difficult, too hard for you to... It's something you're packing up here and walking away from. All right, the Ace of Wands is here. Yep, rightio. So we have a brand new start coming through with a King of Cups. So you could be dealing with, wow, okay, you've got the King of Pentacles as well, with that Prince of Pentacles that came before, and the Tower. All right, let's just pop that down, and the Justice card. Okay, something is coming to a conclusion here. All right, so I'm going to just go straight into intuition here. There is some sort of ending to a cycle, something that you've been doing a certain way for a long while, something that you've become very accustomed to. I feel like for some of you, this may be some form of people-pleasing. It may be that you've been putting up with people around you who've been very negative, very self-focused, very self-centered, or people who don't perhaps love and respect you the way that you love and respect them. There is this energy here that you're starting to understand how you've been sabotaging yourself along the way by putting up with things that perhaps aren't the best thing for you. The universe is showing you something here with this Tower. Something is being shown to you so that you can like erase what's happened and start again. It's giving you an opportunity to restart a process, to understand your patterns and to put them aside. Now, we've had a lot of this lately, and I feel like this is coming to some sort of crescendo here, some sort of peak, some sort of energy of really understanding what you've been doing. Because what's happening now is you're starting to close off those things that have been hurting you or harming you. I love here that you're putting yourself at the forefront of everything you do, which is so important. Now, you could be dealing with someone here, it could be a partner, but you're dealing with someone who could be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or an Earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Whoever this person is that you've been dealing with, you may have come to a conclusion that perhaps it is not worth you investing your time and energy into this anymore. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic interest. This could be a friend, a family member, somebody here who perhaps has done more taking than giving, somebody who may have caused you a great deal of distress. What I want to say here is the universe is helping you to see through this energy and help you to move forward with a different mindset, because you're closing out this cycle. Something you're moving away from that just wasn't serving you here, which is really good because you're starting to understand the patterns that you've been creating. You're starting to move into a new time of like self-respect and understanding your own power. So it's really beautiful. Now, you could be dealing with someone here that you are cutting off or walking away from. And just remember with tarot, this could be a past event, it could be something that's coming up in the future, or it could be you could be going through it right now. But the basis of this energy is that you are having some sort of realization about what you've been doing and how you've been hurting yourself in the long run. Maybe you haven't been really understanding how much it's hurt you. All right, Ten of Pentacles coming through, that's beautiful. With the Moon, something is coming out of this. We have the Two of Cups with the Three of Wands. Something is coming out of this energy. You're being somewhat guided through realizing this energy, or through some sort of awakening here. You're being guided onto your path, or onto a path that looks to me, it's it's a secret. So the universe is sort of hiding something here. So it's sort of like something's going to creep up on you here. But there's very much this energy that you are heading towards a major love here. And I feel like it's like the universe has been saying to you, you need to sort of clear away this past cycle so that we can bring you in what you deserve here. So something really is beautiful coming in. Let me just put a couple more cards. Something that's going to bring you great abundance. There's the offer, Page of Cups with the Judgment card. Wow, for some of you here, Nine of Swords. Then this may have been a past, it may have been a past situation. I feel like somebody's coming back in to put something right. So you may, that information I gave you in the mini read may have already occurred here. Because what's happening here is somebody is returning to put something right that happened in the past. So if this person betrayed you, if they let you down in any shape or whatsoever, they're coming back in. Now, we've got the Nine of Swords here, which does talk about stress and feeling overwhelmed by things here. So it feels to me that you are perhaps still quite influenced or hurt by what happened in the past here. And the universe is asking you here to be patient here with yourself. This is something you need to understand, work with, or maybe some of you have been beating yourself up about some sort of situation here. Maybe some of you have somewhat held yourself responsible for something that happened in the past. You may have cut this person off and it may have been very difficult for you to do. Now again, remembering that it may not be romantic here. I may be talking to you about family here or friends. And it could be, I'm getting sort of the energy here that it could be more than one person here stepping up. I feel like somehow or another, people are starting to understand through their own patterning and their own way of doing things that perhaps they've not been doing things in a way that's very worthy of themselves either. There's a complete change around here where we're having this energy of somebody coming in to make apologies to you. We have the Nine of Cups coming through. So something is beautiful going to happen with the Six of Cups. See, something from your past. All right, what's the last card? Ace of Pentacles, beautiful. This is the abundance that we see in the beginning here. So I feel what's happening is somebody's done something, I want to say dodgy in the past. Somebody's done something perhaps quite harsh or mean or unnecessary. And somehow or another, I feel this reading is really about your energy more than anything, because there is this really big need here with that Ten of Swords at the beginning to let go of something you've been holding yourself responsible for, or some sort of pain you've created within yourself. And sometimes when we're, I want to say a generous soul, or we're very empathic, what we tend to do is when things go wrong is we tend to hold ourselves responsible and we keep trying to put things right because we feel really responsible for what happened. It's a natural thing for us to do. And I feel like somehow or another here, you've been beating yourself up or giving yourself a hard time over something that happened with somebody else that you've taken the responsibility and blamed for. See, I always talk to people about over-responsibility. It's something, if you've had a very traumatic childhood, it's something you become very accustomed to, this over-responsibility. That's taking responsibility even for things that are happening in the world that are not your responsibility. And you can't control that, you can't fix it, but you somehow have this innate responsibility to want to fix. And I feel like somehow or another, you've been holding on to something that wasn't yours to hold on to. I'm not blaming the other person, I'm saying it wasn't your blame to take. And I feel like here very, very strongly that there is a wish coming true here. There is some sort of wish coming true where other people, due to this change in your cycle, other people are starting to learn to respect and appreciate you for being the person you are. And I feel if this is a romantic situation, whoever this person is coming in, well, whether it isn't romantic, whether it is a family member or a friend, this person has realized your value. and now they want to change that dynamic. They want to release you. And this is all part of closing this cycle out. This apology, this coming forward, this speaking to you is all going to help you close out that cycle with the Ten of Swords. So in other words, you're going to learn from this experience and you will not do it again. You will not put up with things. You'll learn your boundaries. You'll be able to say quite happily, I'm not doing that. It's not something I want to do. Or you're going to walk away and know that you don't have to lay blame on yourself and beat yourself up for something that perhaps you were not able to put right before. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, have the card of the Prism Wave coming through here. All right, let's read that because I think it's going to just put the icing on the cake here a little bit. This is about self-sabotage and poverty consciousness. Now, when we say poverty consciousness, we all jump to finances. Do you feel that you've never been loved, or that you've never had enough love, or that you don't receive love? Because that's poverty consciousness too. I'm unlovable. This is why you beat yourself up. When the Prism Waif arrives in his realm as your ally, he comes to remind you of the law of paradoxical intent. Your own self-sabotaging thoughts and hidden beliefs are in fact preventing you from your highest good. You might believe that you're doing all you can to manifest your reality, but perhaps you're giving in to thoughts such as the following. I can't do this. I am unworthy. I'll fail, so why try? I don't deserve this. I'm unlovable. In fact, you're locked in a prison of your own making. Don't you love the way Spirit does that? I say it and then all of a sudden it just comes out. This is good news because it means you have the key to let yourself out. This is a sign that you need to spend some time with yourself addressing those beliefs that counter your hard work to get ahead. You can change them if you want to. You don't want to stay in prison, do you? Take inventory of your thoughts, let yourself out of jail and spend a few minutes outdoors in gratitude. It's time to let the sun shine in. So I feel like here, whatever cycle it is that you're closing out here, whatever you're letting go of, whatever you're doing here, this person is coming in with a gift. And the gift is to allow you to set yourself free. And this is really beautiful because you're really starting to understand now your own value, which has perhaps been hard for you in the past. And the very reason why I've taken this journey. All right, thank you.